on your feet, you haint face watch-licking sons of yokai. I swear to sweet baby Crawley that I'm gonna kick the spring-heeled crap out of each and every one of you Bashar-hugging ass-tar commanders. Now you, what's your name, son?
Baster, sir. Private Al Baster.
Well, looky here, man. Seems we got us a bathroom Casanova on our hands. Private, is it your intention to engage in sexual third basery with the men of this platoon for the purposes of life force vampirism?
Sir, no, sir.
Damn right. Now what are you here for?
To explain the unexplored and explore the unexplained, sir.
Hoorah! When I'm done with you, you're all gonna eat research and puns. Now drop and give me 50. It's Make Your Baba Yaga Proud time.
Hey, everybody.
Woo!
I'm David Flora.
And I'm Dave Stecco.
And this is Blurry Photos.
Yoo-hoo!
Welcome to the core, fuckers.
That's right. It's too late. You signed up. Uncle Sam, we're going to give you everything you need from now on. And by Sam, we mean David and Dave.
Yep. So, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is fit enough to get through this boot camp.
Yeah. Is it warm where you are?
Is it? Do you have air conditioning where you are?
Must be nice. It's actually worse. There's nothing crappier than having air conditioning, and it's like
just having it sit there.
Yeah, it's like picking the switch you get beaten with. You have to like walk up and turn it off knowing what's about to happen. This is our dedication to the craft, because we could leave it on and then you just hear
Yeah. Like, hey everybody, we're doing drill sergeant time.
We're not gonna do that though. Gonna that. We're going to do Bert. Never known, maybe dirt mysteries. Do like a ghost? We make a talk a ghost.
Today we show Mirth man.
It would be just for no reason to do an episode of gibberish. Bad ideas.
You know
with
what?
Your host, me.
It's a little redundant at this point.
Oh, nice.
We got a special episode for you today.
But they're all special. They're
all
our
special.
children.
But this one is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's another character from history that people may not be aware about, but a big deal to some parts of the world.
Yeah, not our part.
Not our part. Not so much. But
these make very important lesson to children in some parts of the world.
Is make children behave some.
It's not this tale of you say the which is Baba Yaga.
We're talking about Baba Yaga today.
Baba Yaga. It's not from India, which is the first thing I thought, because it sounds really yogi-ish.
Yeah, well, you know what? It has a lot of roots in kind of an Indo-European history and folklore. Yeah. A lot of stuff came from the I think the Indus Valley region and bled on into there.
Yeah.
So it may have some roots in that, but we'll get to some of that crap later.
Flora, what the hell is the Baba Yaga?
Baba Yaga is it's
a delicious dish made with chickpeas and
hummus.
Hummus.
Baba Yaga, she's one of the most famous, well-known figures in Slavic folklore. Now, I know you guys are really boned up on your Slavic folklore.
You're right now knowingly nodding your head and going, I was waiting for them to get to Slavic folklore.
Yep, Chudo Yudo. She's a big deal in Eastern Europe, Western Russia, this region of the world. She's characterized kind of as the quintessential witch.
Yeah.
And the descriptions and stories of her by themselves are fun enough to talk about.
Yeah, and I'll say this, like when you're thinking of witch at that point, that is where she stops having anything in common with your classic Western witch. There's no pointy hats to be had.
No, she doesn't have green skin.
But her fingers are cronish.
But everything else is pretty
crony hands, crony fingers.
Do you think she orders a lot of
cackling crone hand cream?
Yeah,
yes.
Cackling crone bony hand cream.
Yes, she does, to make sure her hands are as bony as can be. It's embarrassing not to frighten children.
Right. When you're caught out in the wild and your hands are smooth as silk, what are the kids going to think as you grasp their necks and drag them off to your hut?
They trusted me throughout most of the butchering. It was embarrassing.
First impressions are most important. We're going to talk about how much she is characterized as this huge witch-like figure, but in doing some of this research, it seems like maybe there's more to her than just what The liberal media's told you.
This is our own private WikiLeaks. We're not going to tap dance to the NSA's drum about what Eastern European, potentially communist, folklore, mythic creatures and people we can discuss.
Now you see here.
I've been saying this. I told you 6 months ago, and it's happening today. I'm making this clear to you.
These people are witches. They've always been witches. Now, I don't know where they went to school or even if they went to school. They didn't go to Sunday school, I can tell you that. So, and this is kind of what's been done to her over the years. We'll get into that a little bit.
It's tragic how much we're not joking.
So let's tell you about this old gal, Baba Yaga. First of all,
it's just fun to say.
It is. First of all, the name. Let's break the name down a little bit. Baba is a term that means pretty much a woman older than a girl. A lot of times it's used as a term for a grandmother.
Yep. It's actually in Ukrainian, Baba just translates directly to grandmother.
Yeah. Usually, Baba might be considered a married woman or at least someone who's lost their virginity. And
whoa,
it can be considered derogatory in some places. As
no woman likes to be called Baba.
Well, it replaces calling somebody whiny or bitchy in nature. In some places, not all. And then the Yaga part is not really clear on the translation of that one. And I don't know if you found some things for this, Stecco, but some of the things that I found say that it means hag or evil woman or just horror. But there's all kinds of definitions that are out there for Yaga.
Yeah, they all seem pretty equivalent.
Yeah, and slanting towards the bad side.
We get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We get where you're going with Yaga.
Yaga. You got it? Oh, God, I burned it. I burned it. There are many descriptions of Baba Yaga that are generally similar, with a few variations. But usually, you're going to hear her being just powerful ugly.
Mm-hmm.
She's as ugly as a bucket of warts. She's an old crone.
Famous for her giant nose.
Huge nose.
In some descriptions.
Yeah. She's dirty. She's small and frail. Withered. Wrinkled, warty.
Yeah, always skinny. That was what's
always
one
skinny,
of her motivations.
Bony. Tangled, greasy hair. And long, sharp teeth that in some stories are made of iron.
Yeah, iron teeth.
Yeah.
Tink, 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 tink.
Chink, chink, chink. She flies around. This is a fun one. She flies around.
This is my favorite part.
In a mortar, propelling herself with a pestle.
What?
Now, some stories have her in a big iron kettle or a cauldron, but most of them, she's in this mortar, something that you use to ground up stuff.
And it's not a mortar like it. I mean, if you're thinking like the big wide bowl, this is like a much longer, narrow mortar.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. Like, whoever came up with that is my favorite.
And a lot of stories have her holding a broom that's made of silver birch wood as well to sweep away her sky tracks. Which I think is funny because we talked about this in the witch episode way back when, how the broom had a couple of different connotations,
right.
But one of them was to sweep away their tracks in the sky.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's like, how do you leave tracks in the sky?
Right.
I mean, They're not jet engines, they're not contrails.
You know what though? Maybe, we weren't meant to know. Maybe there was a time when witches were careless.
Yeah.
And then they were tracked and hunted and killed.
Maybe they all had Mr. Fusions. They just left burning tracks in the sky.
Right.
Roads.
Couple of banana peels and they're off to the races.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. Hey, Doc, you better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 8. Okay.
Do you know what? I saw a DeLorean the other day.
Here?
Yeah, in Chicago.
Man, I think they're getting out there.
And the license plate was 88 MPH. And I was thinking, like, there's got to be a database somewhere for, like, Back to the Future enthusiasts who buy DeLoreans. Because if you get a DeLorean and your license plate does not somehow
reference the movie.
Yeah.
If you can't get out of time.
Right.
Yeah. What can you get?
B2 Futura.
FTR.
Yeah, exactly.
Fritter.
Yeah, B2 FT. Yeah, I mean, like, you have to have something.
Yeah.
I would want 121G.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
That would be great.
But I was thinking that, like, yeah, if you own a DeLorean, your hands are tied. However much the vanity plates cost, you have to pay it.
I feel like it's a thing now. If you get a DeLorean, you have to get a Back to the Future themed license.
Right. There's no choice.
I don't think I've ever heard of a real life DeLorean not having one.
Man, they're cool cars, though.
I would try one. What are they? They have pretty nice size engines, though, right? Are they like V6, V8?
Man, I don't know.
Well, just thinking about gas, man, in this economy.
Man, it's like I'm trying to be responsible, but I want a DeLorean.
Fusion. But
sorry, back to the witch and her flying pestle mortar.
So she uses this pestle either to like row herself along or as a rudder to steer herself.
I like the rudder steering because it's so inefficient just to be like land shoving yourself.
But the old monsters in my pocket, which I've told you about. That's how I came to know Spring Hill Jack. I had a Baba Yaga, one of those too, and she was in a cauldron.
Wow, so bizarre.
Yeah, they're real fun, man. Those toys were great. So that's how she gets around, which makes it seem like, well, she's a bony old witch, but she's got some upper body strength.
Seriously, she does the reps. She doesn't skip Arms Day.
She does Arms Day and then Legs and Arms Day.
Bro.
Arms Day.
Bro,
she
lifts, bro.
She lifts. Now here's another fun part. This is the I think this is tied for Baba Yaga funness. Her house in the stories is kind of a character in itself. It's always located deep in the forest. So deep you can only find it with the aid of a magical device, or if she wants you to.
Yeah.
She lives in a hut that stands on a pair of giant chicken legs.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's called izbushka, meaning little hut. Usually the hut is turned with its back towards you, and if you try to walk around it, it revolves with blood-curdling screeches and creaking and groaning, showing its old age and attempting to frighten you off.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the correct phrase, however, you can get the hut to turn towards you so that you can get in it. Once it shows the door to you, a quaint little picket fence pops up made of human bones.
With skulls on top with judging, baleful eyes.
And those eyes glow, illuminating the darkness with spectral light.
Boo.
Mm. Often it's also guarded by hungry dogs or watched by a black cat or evil geese swans.
Evil geese? So you
swans,
mean
dude. Geese swans.
So you mean geese. Have you ever run afoul of a goose? They're all evil.
Oh yeah. Oh,
they're
totally.
the worst.
Yeah, they're a horror on webbed feet.
P.S. That's our next bumper sticker. Have you ever run afoul of a goose?
Oh God.
There's an unintentional pun in there. But don't cross paths with a goose.
But seriously though, don't f*** with geese. Mm-mm. So this house is a pretty fun little place, huh?
My God. So stands on chicken feet surrounded by the glowing-eyed skulls of the damned. It's got some dogs, some hell geese.
or geese. Hell geese is redundant.
Right. And so, okay, so you've gone that far. You have the password. It will show. Oh, in the back windows. Don't forget that. While this cabin's got its backside to you, its windows are like eyes, and it watches you.
That's how it knows.
And so you know the password, or you cajole it, and it turns around. Now finally you get to meet Baba Yaga. So everything's fine now, right? You finally passed all the tests, and it's nothing but Candyland.
You would think that, with all the signs that you've been given so far, it looks like it would be a great time.
I do think that, yeah.
Actually, she's kind of the epitome of evil.
Oh, no.
She's the Russian boogeyman.
Can you remind me why we went on this trip in the first place?
Well, we need some stuff, dude.
Okay.
She senses her prey by sniffing the air, and she says, "Foo, foo! It smells with a Russian scent. Who's there?"
This me, Yorgi. He's make come for birch tea and ground up bones of ancestors.
Yorgi, come inside.
He's not making so fast the entering. We make agreement. You'll not make kill or eat on me.
Baba Yaga make no agree.
No, she's Italian.
You trust the Baba Yaga?
Baba Yaga International. She travel. She like other culture.
All right. She just that's just old grandmother.
That's true.
Come have a pasta.
Yeah. I would have let that slide, but you were making the Italian hand.
It's true. Damn it. I was trying to get the grandmother in there, and that was my crutch.
I'm glad that everyone at home, and like listening is like, made the Italian hand. What the f- did he just say? Just forget about it. It was a hand gesture that seemed very Italian to me.
So she'll invite you in for a hot bath and a hearty meal, and then you get eaten by her.
Right. Is the bath like a soup scenario?
I got the sense from her eating this stuff that it's more to clean you up because she doesn't want a dirty meal. Who does?
Nobody wants dirty veggies.
She's got standards, dude.
Yeah.
She don't want to get all that grime and nastiness in her iron teeth.
And she will eat you.
She'll eat you up, and then she'll spit your bones out for her fins.
Now, in some cases, I read a few of the different accounts of Baba Yaga. In some cases, she's she's got rules. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And the rules are, she slants them. She wants to eat you.
Yeah.
But she'll like make some agreement. Like, oh, well, yeah, come on in. Just, keep up your end of the deal. Just to, contribute to the household. Mm-hmm. And I won't eat you. But between you and me, I'd rather eat you. So these two children get sent to her. And she's like, yeah, come on in. Yeah, I'll take care of you. Sure. But you have to fill the bathtub. Mm-hmm. And she says to this little boy and to the little girl, you have to spin thread.
Right.
And all the jobs are like sabotaged. She gives the boy a sieve to carry the water. And they make friends. These little kids are incorrigibly nice. And they make friends with all the animals and pets around the house. And so they help her.
Usually the animals, they're a little bit spiteful of their situation.
Yeah.
They're not treated the best by Baba Yaga.
Right.
But they can't get out of the situation. So
the kids are nice. And the moral of the story is the kids are able to like charm all these animals and creatures around the hut into letting them escape because they were nice.
Right.
And so, but the Baba Yaga, the kids do all their chores. All the animals help and pitch in Cinderella style. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, you did everything. Great. My house is in perfect order.
And I'm so hungry.
And I'm so very hungry. Well, I guess good job. And tomorrow you're going to get a lot more work. Sleep tight. So the kids escape.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story is that she's tough. But she holds to her own rules.
I love the story's like, children visit the Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga give children work to do. Children do work.
It's good job.
Baba Yaga want more make eating. There. Children escape. End of story.
He's such hungry. Is tomorrow I make such work for you. You go, Baba Yaga, I don't finish. Children next morning say, oh yeah, I make work. I'm doing such start to work. Oh, is Baba Yaga gone? Please come to me, cat. Cat, tell me how make escape. Cat, give to me magic comb and magic towel.
Da, meow, meow, meow. Baba Yaga will not know. Cat will be spinning thread for you. Meow, meow, meow.
Best part of the story, though, is kids escape. Baba Yaga comes back. She's pissed because she says clearly she figures out that everyone helped these kids escape. Right. And she's like, and there's like a part of a fairy tale that Western fairy tales always leave out. And it's like where she's just yelling at her surroundings. She's like, why did you help them? And they're, you are honored. You own me. You are such, but you never give to me a scrap of ham. You never give to me treats. These children, such nice, share their ham with me. I give to them magic gift. You are mean. You're like old Stadakliacha. I do not like you.
Stupid cat, I show you mean. You like mean, I show you mean. Oh, wait until I get back. Baba Yaga going to find the children and eat them, and then I come back. I'm gonna eat the cat.
She's so speaking Italian.
Shut up! I'm trying, dude. Let's hear your grandmother Russian accent.
I love it, though. I do the male Russian voices. That's the deal.
And I thought I did the female Russian voices, but I guess I don't. I guess it's not good enough, is it? Fine. I'm going to search high and low for some cryptids in Italy, and then we'll see where the tables turn.
That's right.
F***er.
No. It's so wait. So my part of the story is, "Is making such nice. I want to live."
You're doing the Italian hand.
I was trying to.
You want to do a hand gesture with this accent. That's the deal.
I was deliberately. I'm trying to do a Russian Italian now. It's so delicious. It's Moscow lasagna. I want to make it. Where is my beanie? Didn't they eat Russia? Us.
Fine. From now on, Baba Yaga is just going to be stupid kids. What did you do, cat? You let the kids go. So once you're in there, you do have a choice, whether you know it or not. She'll sit you on this large spatula, which I guess you don't realize it's a spatula, but depending on how you sit, you either fit into her oven or you don't. And if you don't, she won't eat you.
So just spread out.
I don't know, man.
Hang some feet over whatever edges.
Yeah. Get caught on the side of the oven.
Now here's another thing that I heard is that when you get into her cabin, she'll ask you if someone sent you or if you're there of your own volition. Mm-hmm. And then it said the answer to this is very important. And that's all it says.
No answer.
So which one was it?
Yeah. It's weird because I feel like from what I read and other stuff, the answer might be that you came there of your own volition, seeking maybe wisdom or knowledge from her.
Right.
Therefore, it shows that you're brave and not just some, dim-witted traveler who stumbled in here.
Or is it that she's so dangerous that she would only let someone who was compelled to go see her? Like only a fool would seek her out of their own volition.
Maybe. Yeah.
Hell if I know.
Sorry, you guys. There's no coconut oil for the ass wing on this one.
She's such angry. She come and get the children. No, you know what? For the rest of the podcast, I'm responsible for female Russian voices, and you're responsible for male Russian voices.
You know what? You think that's a good thing, but you do the male Russian voices so much better. So really, who loses? The listener.
And you know what? Sorry, listener. This is how fairness happens.
Fine.
Okay.
Here's a fun part. She does value hard work and manners.
Yeah.
Those pure of heart. And she has no patience for whiners or slackers or ingrates.
That is exceptionally Russian of her. I make no excuse for you make such lazy children. Look, it's good, hard-working children. I give to them jobs. I give to them food for them making such work.
Yet, I have been out with Mule all day. Mule make me tired.
Make crying story about Mule. I think you love Mule more than me.
I love vodka more than you. That much is true.
You are such terrible person, Jurgen. I hate you.
Whatever,
I hate
Papa. I go to bed now.
All right, I think we filled our contract on that.
So there are a ton of stories out there that involved Baba Yaga. A lot of them incorporate this character called the Vasilisa the Beautiful, Vasilisa the Brave.
She's the pure of heart foil.
Yeah, including one where Vasilisa is sent by her wicked stepmother to fetch a candle or a light from Baba Yaga. And for all intents and purposes, this means the stepmother wants to get rid of Vasilisa.
Yeah, there's a real current in all these stories about the stepmother trying to oh no, go check this lady out. And then she's like, hey, thanks for the free food, children.
Yeah.
Yarm, yarm, yarm.
So Vasilisa goes, and in one version of the story, Baba Yaga is her aunt. And the wicked stepmother says, go visit your aunt and bring me back a light. I need a candle. So Vasilisa's like, okay, let's do this. And she goes and sees Baba Yaga, and Baba Yaga's like, here, do chores. And Vasilisa does the chores, and Baba Yaga can't really get her to mess up. She can't touch her in a way that causes Vasilisa to not be this pure innocent creature.
Her purity kind of just makes her immune, and like no matter what the Baba Yaga throws at her, it's just like
yeah. And finally, it gets to a point where Baba Yaga just stops trying.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Fine,
enough."
Yeah, take this. Take one of those skulls outside. It's great. It's a great light. Take that back to your mother, your stepmother.
If you think you're so damn smart.
So she sends her away with a skull lamp, which Vasilisa was just like, "Great,
thanks,
got what I came for." It's a skull, whatever. So she returns, and the stepmother is surprised to see her. And Vasilisa's like, "Look, I got you a light." And she holds up the skull, and the stepmother burns to death right there on the spot.
So,
because she was a bitch.
So yeah, be careful. I mean, is the enemy of my enemy my friend?
Oh. So that's another fun story. But a lot of these stories were told.
It's a morality play to stepmothers. Only send edible, nasty children to regional witches.
Yeah,
or face the consequences.
They gotta be real crappy kids. But these were told to discipline kids, to scare them into acting straight, not. I mean, a lot of these obviously involving doing chores.
Yeah.
Respecting your elders and doing what you're told.
Yeah, you can see what they're getting at here. They're trying to teach a lesson. Mm-hmm. You know what one of my favorite sources for information on Baba Yaga was?
Yahoo Answers.
When we were usually a really good guess, but this time, I didn't have a question. You have to really know what you want to know before you go to the Oracle of Yahoo Answers. My favorite thing was the Russiapedia page.
Oh,
and it's great. It's like an IMDb. It's as though they went and interviewed her, or she was a wild animal. Because there's all these amazing headings. It's like Baba Yaga, grandmother witch, marital status. Baba Yaga is single, presumably an old spinster. Residence: she lives in the edge of a forest in a wooden hut that has chicken feet. Appearance. And then the preferred means of transport: she flies through the air in a mortar. Food preferences. Like, it really lists her like she's like some like bear that they've been tracking.
What word makes you happy?
Yeah, exactly.
What curse word do you love?
Yeah.
What sound do you love?
Sound of children dying. Just fresh from oven. Yeah, so I just want to throw a plug in there for Russiapedia for their very straightforward, no bullshit approach to information on Baba Yaga.
Yeah, good for them. So looking at this old gal on the surface, kind of a crappy character, right? But
yeah.
You know there's more to her than that.
There has to be.
I mean, all you got to do is get to know her.
I know.
She's like the Finding Forrester of the forest.
All you got to do is just be like, hey, baby, turn your hut to me. You ain't got to throw me no oven. I'm too big for that spatula. Now, come on, let's get real.
Oh, come on.
Come on, back.
Break it down. Baba Yaga has a much richer history than you would think. And there's much more to her than what people are told, especially on the liberal media.
Mm-hmm.
She's been traced Putin. She's been traced to a figure from Paleolithic times. As a patroness of herds and herdsmen, of horses and farmers. She's also been equated to the mistress of animals, perhaps a bird goddess, hence the chicken legs on the hut.
Okay, yeah.
Throughout time, she became a very powerful nature spirit whose knowledge of the world completely unequaled. She knows everything about everything.
What began as Encyclopedia Britannica ended up as a tawdry news magazine.
What a rag. Encyclopedia Britannica, eh?
Look, who wants to look up a few fun, fancy facts, then?
Maybe you want to look up a few fancy slacks tonight. As long as it gets its taste. Fancy slacks. She was maybe a deity of death and birth. The Old Woman of Autumn was one name for her. The Primal Mother. She's neither bad nor is she good, but she's capable of both nurturing and destruction. Some research now suggests she is too much of an earthly figure to be a deity, to be a goddess. But some suggest that she may be like a gatekeeper between this world and the next.
Ooh.
Hence the terrifying, frightening fence there, her wanting to, eat souls.
All her insatiable
death.
hunger for child flesh.
She was all-knowing, all-seeing, and if you had the cojones to seek her out and ask, she was all-revealing.
Ooh.
Some stories show her benevolent side, and she would even give advice and magical gifts to heroes and heroines.
Nice.
So, yeah, not all bad there.
Before she fell in with the wrong crowd and started cruising around the forest in a pimped-out mortar.
Check out the rings! I installed the horn on Pestle.
When I hit switch, I make ass drop.
Check out the sweet broom. Nobody know I was there.
He's pinstriping.
She was a healer with profound knowledge of herbalism. And in some stories, she was the guardian of the fountain, which contained the waters of life. Pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's not a job they give to chumps.
She represented the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, which was personified in some tales by three sisters, each with the name Baba Yaga.
Yeah, what was with the 3-card Monty game? She had like the other sisters that were just like decoys?
Yeah, kind of. But they, in a way, each of them represented a different type of this triforce of life, death, and rebirth.
Because the accounts that I read, that there was like follow the queen, and there was like just 2 complete fakers who would just waste your time.
Yeah, could be. If they don't have what you're looking for, then
yeah,
why would they waste your time? But it's also representative of the triple goddess being virgin, mother, and crone.
Oh, sorry. I just thought that I thought I knew where you were going with that.
When I say virgin, you think whore?
Well, I mean, if it's a triple crown.
All right.
If it's a trinity, I thought the third piece would be virgin, mother, whore. I just did.
It's crone.
Okay.
Virgin, mother, crone.
But the crone
thanks
could
for
be
playing along.
The crone could be a whore, though.
I don't know what she's lived a long time, dude. So.
She knows what she's doing. She's been around the block, dude.
So seekers of knowledge have to enter her frightening habitat.
Yes.
And they do so. They brave that in order to gain wisdom. So she was the enlightened, mature female, which was the scariest thing to early religious leaders.
Yeah, that's true. They do not like women in power.
Nope.
They do not like women who...
People
who go to women for answers. They don't like that.
They don't like the women being able to heal people.
Oh, man. That's God's job.
Yeah.
Said 10,000 dead people.
Yeah, this is funny. For on a side note here, it's funny how a lot of this stuff is popping up that we have kind of discussed before in one way or another. In the witch episode, in particular, this comes up.
The demonizing of a knowledgeable person.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And also the triple goddess thing. I mean, we talked about that in Legends of Ireland.
Yep.
They had triple goddess. You find this triple goddess figure everywhere.
And when we discussed that marking, that Trinity marking, was found as far east as this area. Like it was found in churches and incorporated into architecture in Eastern Europe, far Eastern Europe.
And I mean, Christianity just is taking that. You've got your Trinity there. I mean, 3 is a very powerful thing.
It's a magic number.
It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it is. Magic number. Really? Schoolhouse Rocks? Anybody?
I'm just a bear.
Faith and hope and charity. Oh. Put them all together and it makes 3. three's an important and magic number.
Oh,
So that's all. That's all
what,
you need to know.
That's what history tells us too.
Yep.
So as organized religion began spreading throughout Eastern Europe, Baba Yaga was cast into a likeness that would naturally repel religious followers. She was called a witch. She was made disgusting.
Yep.
And it was said that she would steal children away to eat them, and she had all these horrible attributes associated with her.
And they always, have you noticed this? It can't be an accident that whenever you have to demonize a woman, you turn her into a witch and you say she's out to eat children.
Yeah.
They go right for the child eating.
It's funny. They go for the appearance.
Yep.
And they go for our future. You don't want to ruin your future, do you? I thought I could trust the government.
Would you vote for a woman with crony-like hands who would eat your children? Paid for by the Holy Roman Catholic Church.
She was vilified a lot like the Greek god Dionysus and the satyrs in Greek mythology, turned into the cloven-hoofed devil. And don't forget the medicine women of the Philippines.
Yeah.
Who became
our
Oswangs.
Our last line of defense against the unstoppable onslaught of Oswangs and Chon-Chons and Tikbalangs.
Yeah. When the colonists came in and found that women were in power, they turned that boat around.
Yeah. Whoops-a-daisy. Hey, bring out the witch posters because we're going to have to do a...
Yeah. Can you call up your ad team for me real quick? Bring a lot of green.
Yeah. Yeah, they call that Maneuver 43. That's just got a name. We're going to have to do that.
So I guess, it's kind of a judging a book by its cover kind of thing. Moral to this story, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But in a way, it's a little more than that, too, because it's like you wouldn't have to not judge this book by its cover if the cover wasn't fake.
Right.
Do you follow that logic?
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't be necessary to go through all this if they hadn't done it in the first place.
Right. So it all boils down to the sense of patriarchal superiority that, I hate to get on like a feminist rant or lecture, but it's like...
Because there's nothing you hate more than women's rights. You hate that.
Right. But no, it's just, you see this time and time again throughout history, and usually by religions that are coming in here and doing this. They're very misogynistic many times. And like I said, this Baba Yaga was not necessarily good. She wasn't necessarily evil either. She was like, true neutral.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a nature force. It's you get from it what you give to it kind of thing. And that's perverted throughout history,
It also seems weirdly unnecessary. Like, as you said, like, she wasn't really a god. No one was praying to her. It seems overly antagonistic to think this is something that you have to thwart.
Yeah, but what I think they were fighting against was this empowerment of women. She gave women the sense that, yes, you can grow old and still be considered something great and good for everyone.
Contributing. And
and it doesn't matter what you look like. You're wise. You have all this stuff to offer. The healing arts. How to what to do for people, advice to give, and things like that.
In a weirdly related thing that just popped into my head as you were saying this, Tina Fey mentioned something in her book about this exact same kind of phenomenon. And they were talking about how everyone says that older women in the entertainment industry, it was like, oh yeah, she went crazy. She's just a crazy old lady. And they say that about everybody. And Tina Fey, she's like, I think when they say that, what they mean is they're still around, but I don't want to have sex with them anymore. And I don't know how to deal with that. And it seems kind of like we haven't really come that far from that,
It's very true. It's very true. I know from doing improv in Chicago, doing some of the comedy scene and stuff, it's a hard road to hoe for women.
Yeah, it really is.
You're battling and battling this. It's not overt misogyny, but there's definite. Sometimes it is, of course, but there's this definite wall that people that women have to scale in order to even be considered for the same things that, your
men
average 6 foot skinny ass hipster glasses wearing skinny jeans motherfucker.
God, I hate
White
that guy. But it is absolutely true. And I think that, albeit in a very different scenario, but what we see in comedy in Chicago when we do our work is women get instantly relegated to the girlfriend, the wife. You're
a figure, a sexual figure, often, or something dumb.
Yeah, or a nagging straight man. Like you're the one that's supposed to be all pissed off that I'm doing this crazy fun stuff. And there's this awful standard that comes back around on the girl when she says, "No, I want to have a part of this scene. I want to be a crazy person." And you're like, "Whoa, can't you just support what we're doing here?"
Yeah, you're not supportive.
And I think the really direct corollary to the Baba Yaga and that sort of thing is that she's not supporting this new idealism that's moving into an area through religion. She doesn't have a part in the narrative, so they have to obliterate her.
Yeah. It's a sad tale.
Yeah, it is.
And it's made even more sad that we really haven't come that far with that. And she's been around for a long time. Paleolithic, you guys.
Yeah, she's put her time in.
I think it was around the 9th century that religion started creeping in, and that's when they started bashing on this figure. Now, obviously, this is not a real person that was alive at one point or another. But it's not to the point where, like we did in the Merlin episode, where we maybe could have tracked down somebody at some point to say, oh, that's not a / madman, that's Merlin. This is not a / madwoman, this is Baba Yaga. She was more always a figurative character.
But also consider her as a proxy for woodswomen or regional healers or
exactly.
Those people who are a direct threat to the establishment of a religious primacy in an area. By attacking and demonizing Baba Yaga, now you can point the Baba Yaga stick at every one of these other women and use that as...
And they sure did.
Yeah, and they did.
And they did. So hope this wasn't too ranty or lectury, but I think it's a neat figure. She's fun in the vilified version, as bad as it is, but at the same time...
She rides around in a mortar. Come on, dude.
Yeah. How do you not like that? That she lives in a house that runs around on chicken feed. And it does. It runs around. It literally will get up and move to another part of the forest sometimes. But I also think, it's important to know what exactly you're being told and what you're not being told, though.
Right.
This is a lot of misinformation. And it doesn't stop with Baba Yaga. This isn't one isolated incident. This is happening every day. There are stories that you've probably been told, grown up with, that it's not the whole truth, or it's some twisted, perverted version of it. So just, I hate to be all like,
preach on, Mr.
I'm sorry. I hate to be all conspiratorial and just, hey man, government's out to get you, man. But don't
seriously, my teeth are sweating.
Don't believe everything you hear. Look deeper.
There is a long line of, which is why I was mentioning the thing with Chicago comedy now. This behavior doesn't change. This still happens, and it's the same tools get used now as got used then to forward an idea.
Yeah, and
people and ideas get demonized, and there are plenty of demons out there. There's plenty of completely awful people, and they get their just desserts. But there are some good people who get deliberately slandered in a historical context.
There are...
Catherine the Great. She did not die having sex with a horse. That was a slander that was started.
She was done having sex long before.
Oh my God! Died. Yeah, she had left the horse's apartment. She was on her way home.
Got mugged.
But those sort of slanderous things, they sit around. They sit in the common consciousness.
Yeah.
I had a history teacher in high school tell us Catherine the Great died having sex with a horse.
See, and that's the worst thing is when it gets into schools and starts. This goes back to our Revolutionary War episode.
Yeah.
How many people were taught? Paul Revere went screaming through the night that the British are coming.
Right. And there's it's like when things fall into that area of common knowledge, everybody knows. That's usually your first indication that you might want to do some research on it.
Yeah.
But that's enough from our magnificent, powerful soapbox.
Yeah, let's get on the slightly less tall soapbox of puns.
I thought it was taller than the soapbox. I thought that puns needed a stronger platform from which to throw them into the...
Gosh. Now, I mean, we can make an argument for everything.
That's right. Listen to us. Well, I'll tell you what, we're not arguing. I'm going first.
Oh, you're gonna try to eat up some of the good ones.
Oh, man. No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I guess.
Have you heard my puns? The chances of me eating up a good one are pretty low. I've got 3.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All right, show me up. I mean, you can do a better Russian accent than me. You've got more puns than me.
Woo, woo. This is where Davy's on his own. Oh, this is where I break out from under Flora's shadow. It's my time to shine. My time.
Everything's over when you ride up Troy's bucket.
Thank you.
Down here, this is our time.
I hate Troy's bucket. All right, I've got a children's show that is it's hosted by an old woman in a giant mortar. It's called Yo Baba Baba. And it gets a lot of really great celebrities on there sometimes, and they dance and sing. It's really fun.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
New celebrities every week, like Dmitry Petrovich, Igor Stranyevak.
Igor, he make his own car out of spare part. Igor.
Tell how you nice. Know where you find junk. Where do you find such junk?
Such nice car, Igor.
And next week, Maria Olshevaktadovia.
Now we make dance. Ring dong, bang, dong, ping pong. Dance is over.
Das Vidanya. Okay.
Yeah.
Cicadas like that one.
It's called insect applause, and I get it all the time.
Insect applause. That sounds like something that the religious leaders would do.
Yeah.
Great. I have stories.
Ooh.
On how to pick up Eastern European chicks.
Nice. I'm listening.
They're called Slavic folktales.
Oh, Rico Slavic folktales.
Hello, pretty lady. How you like the story of Witch in Wood?
I want to make a dance with you. I'm such muscle sore from lifting of weights.
Oh, I know how to change own oil in junk car. I know shave for 3 years.
Such sexy.
Such sex times.
I like that a lot. Slavic folktale. Is story of woman goes to cabin in woods to meet other woman. Slavic folktale.
And now we dance. Ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong. Dance over.
Okay, I got one for you. It's a folk remedy and herbal item auction house called Going You Gone. Pretty sexy stuff. Pretty good one. Going You Gone.
You go.
That's right.
Great.
Yeah,
I like it. Well, you know what?
What?
I'm gonna end mine.
Okay.
This is where I get off the pun train.
Okay, because I've got one more stop.
I got you. But you know what? You take longer to get home.
It's true. It's true.
Your face. I have a ladies' undergarment shop.
I like.
It's such a win. It's called Baba Yaga.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. God, it's stupid for me to have another pun.
Good night.
Oh, damn it. Jinkui. That was awesome. I like that one. All right, maybe I can somehow achieve parody through volume because you've managed to do it in 2.
It can happen.
There is an old woman who lives out in the woods who will perform a certain procedure.
Oh.
If a stepmother finds herself with an unwanted stepchild.
Oh, goodness.
You can send her out to Baba Yaga to perform a vasilisectomy.
You thought it was just for guys.
No. Yeah.
Vasilisectomy.
To get rid of unwanted stepchildren.
Man, that's good and topical.
Yeah.
Good and
yeah.
topical.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I like it. You guys can do better than that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Send us some stuff.
Yeah, get us with your pun ray. Oh, David Flora! I fly to you in my pestle mortar vehicle.
Oh no! is very inarticulate Baba Yaga.
It's not for you to tell me what is words. It's for you to listen to this song of children. What is mean?
I can only speculate what means by song of children from Baba Yaga.
His song of listener bones.
Baba Yaga remains scariest winch to this day.
Borscht.
We got a lot of stuff this week.
Oh man,
hooray!
I'm like a guy with a monocle and a top hat, but instead of gold coins, I got puns.
I was gonna go for I'm just an American in jorts with a couple of little champagne poppers.
Oh,
hooray!
Well, let's kick this off.
Oh please.
Our lovely listener Jen.
Oh hey,
Jen from Georgia.
Georgia Jen.
Toboggans.
Haha.
I'm gonna fight the urge to say toboggan Jen because it makes it sound like she sleds a lot because the rest of the world knows that's a sled. I'll never let it go. But Jen, who had such a cool story about shadow people, threw us some puns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's get right into this. Little known fact: Spring Heel Jack had a somewhat softer, gentler, more gentlemanly side. What?
It's true, man.
He often liked to take his lady friends out for picnics to the countryside, but being socially inept and still a pervert, he always called these picnic excursions his Schwingfield snacks.
Yeah!
You get it? Do you
Man,
get it?
+1 for the Wayne's World reference.
Yeah! Oh! See? That is a perfectly executed pun.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a win on it. I wish that I had puns like that when you and I go head-to-head, because I don't. I just don't. But that's not all. It's a 1-2 knockout combo.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's right. She's like, oh, did you like that? Well, then hold on. Let me back up the pun truck. Beep, beep, puns. Yeah. All right, we got one more here. There's an Irishman who built a strip club out of an old abandoned and said to be haunted house in my neighborhood. The club has really taken off. The headliner for each night always starts precisely at midnight. And they even have a favorite drink among its many patrons.
What is it?
It's the Mai Tai Dirty Talker.
Well, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, boom. She's really working the midsection. And the haymaker puts it down.
Well done, Jen.
Thank you, Jen.
Thanks
you
for
are
sending
a
those in.
delight.
That's awesome. Hey, I got another pun here, man.
What?
Yes, the riches that we are experiencing this week will keep us fat and keep our boots on the necks of the poor.
Yeah, keep going.
For weeks to come.
Okay. All right.
We've got a pun from a listener named Gray Cat.
Okay.
Gray spelled Grae, so fancy cat.
That is. I hope this is a fancy feast of puns.
From now on, you will be called Fancy Cat. Fancy Cat says from the Rasputin episode, he's got a dessert. I said he. It could be a girl, I guess, but who knows? Fancy Cats come in all shapes and sizes.
Quit trying to gender stereotype fancy cats.
All right. It's a dessert for rodents. All right. You heard about this thing?
Wait,
are you with me?
From which episode?
From the Rasputin episode. It's a dessert for rodents. It's called rat's pudding.
Who's giving pudding to rats?
You're just going to make them things grow and multiply. They're just going to get all up in our trash.
You want trouble? That's how you get it.
They're going to die in the wall, and it's going to stank.
Feeding pudding to rats.
Rat's pudding. Well done, Gray Cat, Fancy Cat.
Thank you, Fancy Feast.
That's not all we got this week, though.
No, that has to be it.
Actually,
there can't be more.
We have one more.
Okay. All right.
Delectable little bit.
All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've got an awesome email from our new friend Taper.
Oh, hey.
And it's a great story about something that we were wondering about, and this is awesome. It's about sleep paralysis. And it says, your listener reminded me about an article by Heidi Love in Skeptic Magazine. And the article is called Sleep Paralysis, a Personal Odyssey into an Apparently Paranormal Experience. And I guess it's issue 17, number 2.
Oh.
Little citation there. See,
Follow along.
that is how you know shit's for real. You cite things properly. That's when you know someone's onto something.
Shut up.
I can't. For the
We don't cite anything.
I know, but for the number of websites and things that we crawl through,
Yeah.
a little bit of like, hey, this is where I got this from, goes a long way. Back to the letter.
Back to the terror.
Where the author describes her own experiences with the phenomenon. Of particular note is her discussion of a period of time when she looked forward to sleep paralysis because the sensations were erotic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, hey-oh. And frankly, orgasmic.
Oh.
So it's not always bad.
It's not always bad.
Yeah. But Taper takes it to the next level.
Do it.
It makes me wonder about the relationship between the medieval legends of, and on the one hand, you've got people who are hag-ridden, the old hag syndrome. And on the other hand, the succubus or incubus in the interest of equal time. Well said, Taper. It's the same basic experience, just with a difference in destination. And so that's a perfect example. So she says a lot of skeptics are using hypnagogia and sleep paralysis to account for the alien abduction experience as well. And you're right. That's a great point. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad to hear of someone saying, no, I got sleep paralysis. Wasn't terrifying at all.
In fact,
it was hot.
If you don't know, succubus, incubus is kind of a version of demons that are very erotic in nature.
Yeah.
They'll come in and they'll do you up right and then either eat you or take your soul or suck your blood or any number of fun activities that could lead to...
But it doesn't... But here's the thing. Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. He has the dream with the ghost.
Oh.
Yep.
And again...
He seemed to be paralyzed. I don't recall him moving at all in that dream.
But I mean, when a pretty girl walks in the room, I get the same thing.
But that's such an awesome point. And that's a stroke. It makes a baker's dozen for me.
It's a great point in that it may be characterized as something besides being hag-ridden or sleep paralysis or something.
That your brain can be kind of off anywhere, and the paralysis is the same, but sometimes...
Sometimes not all terror.
That's legit.
That's awesome. That's a great point. And thanks
you
for citing that, too.
Yeah, thank you so much, Taper. Hope we hear more from you.
Yeah.
And your incredibly good research and clear writing style.
Great, you guys. Thanks for sending all those in. Everybody else, feel free. Add. You don't have to be citing specific examples of fun articles.
No, you don't.
You can give your well-deserved opinion to us and your well-deserved pun for us as well.
Well, do we deserve the pun?
I think we do.
If they're giving it to us, then we will be the one that deserve it. And I think we've worked hard for those puns.
Yeah, I think we.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Is super win.
Yeah, it's such nice fun times. Is thank you for listening. Is make Twitters. Is make stumble upons. Is you make like.
Hey, pretty lady, is stumbled upon me now times.
You have Facebook. You make click. It's easy. It's easy you do for me. It's good. You do favor for me. Such nice.
Pretty ladies, rate us on iTunes.
Yeah, you look to iTunes, you write down. It's easy. You say, hey, I am such big fan. Dave Stecco, Dave Flora, he's such nice guy. Sympatичный человек, and he's such good guys.
Is subscribe on YouTube time.
Tak, he's my friend. I listen, I write in the pants. I write to them pants, they read. It's such fun. I tell to my wife, he listen to my pants. He's on podcast. And
he's following Twitter times.
My wife, she's not listen. He's make me such mad.
Blurry _photos.
Yeah, you find us on the internet. You look on YouTubes. Yeah, this easy. It's easy.
Tell friends about super fun times, awesome time USA American podcast.
It's so fun. Is you not listen is because you're lazy dog like.
Do not be lazy, Baba Yaga eat you up with iron teeth.
Iron teeth.
It's now time when we dance.
That is over. That is on.
Dance is over. It's always located deep, deep in the forest. So deep that you could probably only find it.
So deep, put a ass to sleep. Thanks, Ice Cube. Sorry, go. I did just go do the thing.
So deep you can.
I just hear Ice Cube all the time. It's my blessing and my curse.